I'm Ben. As Janet said, I'm from the UK, that's why I talk funny. I work at HackClub. Who's heard of HackClub before? Oh, that'd be pretty embarrassing if nobody put that. Okay, fine. We're a non-profit that basically take like ambitious, like technical teenagers who like want to code but don't really know what to code, and kind of funnel them into like, we give them like things to do basically. And it's reasonable to like ship projects. Because I imagine lots of you here like know how to code and like coding, but don't like actually ship your projects. They just sit in GitHub or in your code directory. And you're like, yeah, I built this website, but I don't know. Or like you can deploy this out, but you can just deploying this out is not shipping. So yeah, this talk is going to be about like how I built, I and some other people built an event, the HackClub with high seats, and it basically pushed people to actually ship their projects, not just like deploy them to the cell and let them get lost of time. Yeah, and we gave them free stuff in return, so that's why they actually went through it. Yeah, I didn't go to college. Quite ironic. Like we're here, but I just went directly to HackClub. Funny story, quite ironic, but I got a D in computer science in my A-level final exam. Because I was coding through the exam week. I stayed up until like 4 AM on my CS final exam and like didn't study. This is not, don't take advice from me, but no, yeah. So yeah, we like the main goal, like every day we come to HQ and like, how do we make these technical teenagers ship their projects? And over the years, we've like experimented with lots of different ways. And one of the most recent ones that we've kind of gone all in on in the past year is something called U-ship or we-ship, like that. And the premise is basically you ship a project, like you release a project, you like put it in the Slack, you send it to your friends, you celebrate it, which is called shipping. And we physically mail something. And kind of historically, we've done these events like you ship this very closed thing, and we ship you a very specific thing. So, for example, my friend Lexi built a single free, and you use our JavaScript engine to build a game for our console, and you get 100%. Like if it's a little game, you play a game on it, and it will have one. You can try and find that after the talk and try it on the games app. Another one was Onboard. I see Maggie over there, who did an amazing Onboard tutorial. That's our board right there. And we offer like, hey, if you design a PCB like HackClub, we'll ship you the PCB that you designed for free. And another one like Block was actually designed with help from MIT by a guy named Leo. And yeah, design generative art. You get a brilliant sheet. You can break it in a minute. It's true. But we were like, okay, this is all good. But like, like these are very closed off things. Like we've got like 40,000 pages in our Slack who were like, I don't know, like so ready to do like so much more than that. So we thought, okay, what if you could code anything and get anything in return? Which sounds like it could just evolve into fraud quite quickly, and Twitter like it did. But we made it work, and this high seas is the second iteration of this kind of model. Yeah, we gave away a bunch of shit. But so typically, like when you come up with like really cool ideas like this, what we've learned is that you can't just build the cool idea. If you build a cool idea, it will die. It's dead in the water, it's screwed. And you've got to run short experiments testing the concept. And this is when we go to big events. It's like anything. If you want to build like an app, and you like, okay, hop into VS Code or Xcode and like, I'm going to build the app tonight. You will never finish the app. You won't like ever. You will like throw away. you've got to iterate and like build stuff and like experiment. This was the one we ran in the summer, and the precursor was Palo, and it's this really janky like shit event where like, it didn't really work, and you kind of had to do a lot of stuff manually. And, I don't know, it worked, but yeah. And so we did that too, high seas, and we did an event with those guys, and if it had gone badly, we would have gone high seas. It kind of went well, so we're like, okay, let's do the main thing. And yeah, GitHub saw that we did like well in the market, and we're like, okay, you know what? Give you $250,000 to do ICs. Well, I don't know what dollars, but $250,000 to do ICs and give more stuff away. We're like, great, let's do it. And they're like, oh, by the way, we have 6 weeks to build it. We're going to launch it, yeah, Universe, which is like in October. It looks like September this one. We're like, okay, no, this is going to go well. But yeah, so we started building it. I was like leading the run of the platform, so which is why that if you ever use something, it's kind of like jank and sort of doesn't work half the time. But yeah, you know, but like yeah, yeah. So fast forward 5 weeks, 1 week until the event, and I think it's not gonna ship. Like it doesn't work at all. And for some reason, I'm like at GitHub HQ right now with Alex, like talking about some other YouTube. And as I'm leaving the office, Zach's like, Ben, like, IT isn't gonna like shit. Like I set out the door, I told Zach, he's like, you need to fly on the next flight to Utah, like Salt Lake City, like to lock us up in Airbnb the next week and finish IT. Chris Walker, like, I don't know what he does. He's like the crazy guy. But he was like, IT's gonna ship about them. But yeah, so I flew to Chris, and we woke up in this Airbnb in Salt Lake City for a week. I didn't leave this building for 7 days. Like I maybe like opened the door, like took the pressure and closed it. But like, yeah, it was intense. And we did it, kind of. Like we did it. It shipped. And this is Akon, who also was HackClub, announcing it at GitHub Universe. And as she's talking, oh, it's not here, I knew this now. But as she's talking, we are like fixing the site. Like we have like literally seconds. And I don't know, yeah, it's like lame without sound. Oh, they put like TikTok, like fucking one, that's great. Anyway, oh. Yeah, so this is, I'm going to explain the rest of the talk, I'm going to explain kind of why ICs went wrong in many ways. Because it worked. I'll talk about at the end, like it works objectively quite well, but the experience sometimes was kind of shit. So who's heard of Next.js in here? Who's used Next.js? Okay. Who's used JavaScript before? Okay, there we go. So Next.js is like a tool on top of JavaScript that lets you build like web applications, which is still quite broad, but it does a lot of stuff for you that you'd have to write manually in JavaScript. You didn't. And it does React. It's React. But it also does backend, which is one of the main reasons why Pisces kind of didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. Like most of the time. And for a database, we actually used a child using an abacus to count the number of projects people shipped. We didn't really, but this is what I felt like sometimes, because we used something called Airtable. And normally when you're building web applications, you use like a database, like SQL, like SQL. Who's heard of SQL before? Yeah, you like the same thing to do is like, oh, insert users into table, you like users, whatever. And it's really fast and it works. We use like 40 people. But we didn't do that. We used Airtable, which is like Google Sheets, but like worse, and it hates us all the time. Like it forces at every step. And And I'm gonna go through some of the key points about Airtable that will like give you some context about something to talk about after. So what was good about Airtable? It kind of stores data, which is this whole like selling point. And it does that. Like, you know, what else? Automations. This was crazy about this. You could kind of, without writing code, sometimes you could, if value changes, do things. Pretty simple, right? And this, I see kind of ran all this. It was like this shitty interface builder in Airtable. It would take like 10 seconds to load every time. That we like kind of, we were in like the trenches. We were like clicking button, wait, click button, wait. And we kind of built the whole of the high-speed like voting system in Airtable automations. And the third thing was that we already used it for other things. And so that like we were kind of familiar already with how to use it. And Zach first mentioned Airtable in 2015. Zach's the founder of HackClub. And he's like very pro Airtable. And we're like, no, we can't use this for high seas. And he made us use it anyway. I love Zach, I love you. But like he made us use it for high seas. And now we get to not use Airtable again for our next events, which is great. We have to go through this experience to like be able to not use it. There's nothing else about it. The bad. Okay, here we go. So the first thing, 429s. 429 is like HTTP status code that like when you, it basically means like rate limiting. And so if you try to like hit Airtable really fast using that API, it will just say no. Airtable has a rate limit of 5 requests per second across the whole base. That was like voting, users, projects, like everything on ICs, we could do 5 of per second. This was crippling. Like I cannot convey how bad this is. If we had like, say even like 1,000 users and they all try to load the base recently, it will just like shit the bed. And then people like try to reload and it just get worse and worse and worse and worse. So this was kind of the root of all our problems for ICs. Next one, there's some like API stuff, but booleans and Airtable, like little checkboxes, can either be not true or false, like you would expect, but string capital true. Oh wait. Yeah, there we go. String true or undefined. There's no false. And many bugs were like the result of this. Next, it's slow. You could like send like an API like request to Airtable, and it would just like take a sweet time, like 5 seconds. You know, you'll get your data whenever we feel like you get your data. Next is money. We pay, I think, like $40,000 a year for Airtable, and it doesn't work. And if you say, I want to give you more money, please make it faster, they'll be like, no, they will not take more money. They'll just like, it cannot get faster. Like Zach would like call the Airtable CEO and be like, can you unblock us? And you'd be like, I don't know, man, like just leave me, let me alone. Next is closed source. HackClub is like completely open source. This is closed source. We don't like it for that. This is kind of a specific thing, but you like once we have, as we did, 6 million rows in a glorified Google Sheets spreadsheet, it just wouldn't load. And sort of like the voting, we would like try to load it to like fix some bug, and it just wouldn't load, and you cannot configure it while it's not loading. So we would then we have to resort to the API for some things. And finally, it has a really weird query syntax that I'm not going to explain, but it uses empty string as method blank, and yeah, I don't, yeah, anyway. So people really don't like Airtable. There are lots of posts in our Slack about how we should never use Airtable ever again. And we're not going to. This is a thread from the internal channel, and it's like, one of our services in ICs is hitting Airtable so much that we had to build our own proxy for Airtable. It was crazy. Anyway, whatever. And so lots of bad things came of all this nonsense. This is us on, this is like 80 hours before launch. It's Akon, Zach, Max, Chris, and I on the huddle. We're like, okay, is everything working? Are we good to ship? You get us beforehand. And we get a call from our lovely friend Adrian at GitHub. And he's like, hey guys, so you know we said, like we said we would send an email out to like 10,000 students, 100,000 students. Yeah, like I think I like HiC so much, I'm gonna send an email out to 2 million students. How do you feel about that? You know, just like 18 hours before launch. Do you feel that? And that's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, and you're oh no. So 18 hours before launch, we have to rewrite like the entire sign-up flow of HiCs. And because of the request per second rate limit, we had to put people in the queue. And so like people were filtered through really, really slowly. And it was like quite bad. I don't know if you ever sent up HiCs, some of you, but it was quite bad at the start. Next, when you did get through the queue, you were put into a tutorial and it sucked. I built it in like 2 hours. And because Chris was like, you have to build a tutorial. I was like, no, we cannot do things as quick before launch. And it kind of broke. But people go through if they like cleared their cookies 5 times and they're refreshed in a weird order. Somehow like 3,000 to 4,000 people go through that. I don't know how. Next, this is one of the like things that screwed us up the most. This is like Next.js has a convenience feature called userver. It's actually a React feature, but nobody talks about that, where you can write front-end code in a React component and then write server code next to your React component. And it sounds really nice because you can like, you know, do this. You can get like a user list and you can display it. And in the same file, you can pay your database. And it's supposed to be secure. And if you use the documentation example, it doesn't work. But if you use the other documentation example, it does work. But what they don't tell you is if you put that at the top of your file, every other method in that file magically gets an endpoint assigned to it that anyone can hit. So in our db.js file, we had to create a user, but then we also like that we wanted to expose. But then we also had a method called like db, and that would just like run anything that we put in. And we're like, okay, well, we don't export this is fine. But because we put use server at the top, it just like exposed our entire database to the public. And so people found vulnerability like 4 weeks in and discovered that they could like dump all user data apparently. Thank God, like the person who found it was like reasonable and didn't extort people. But yeah, it's just completely my fault. And we will not use Next.js again as a result. Next, a lot of the things because we were going quickly, we built wrong. And so this is a great thing, but we ran an event at the end of HiC called Cabin, which is like if you know, if you ship projects, you'll have an in-person meetup. And the in-person meetup thing form didn't work because of like how quick we were going. And Next.js, everything's Next.js. Also, we had so much fraud. If you offer free shit to teenagers, they will like try to take like as much as you have. Yeah. We had a lot of people rubbing their hands because we unearthed like a crime syndicate. People with fake IDs, we'd hop on a call with them, and it'd be like a bot dude. It'd be like, oh shit, slam a laugh on that. We're like, what have we uncovered? It's like a crime. Oh my god. We were just supposed to continue the FBI. Not really, but it felt like it sometimes. People were like, yeah. But we lost thousands of dollars before, maybe 10. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, this is what fraud is so common in HackClub events because we're like so cool. We kind of factor it in. Like people get the fraud as 5% of the time. Yeah. But we do try to. Hey, non-profit donators, we do try to reduce it. We actually do. Next was HiC was boring sometimes. This is some things that come with experiments. This is the second iteration of this model. Like you had to vote to get your prizes on other people's projects. And it was boring. It felt like homework. And this is just like one of the many things that we were like didn't know before going to this. And we would have never known if we hadn't run it like this. But now we know. Like, don't give people homework to do. Yeah. But HiC also went really well. And I want to very quickly like grace HackClub and tell you guys like how well it went a bit. We got 9,000 projects built. This is like a 3-month-long event. 9,000 projects were built at a total of 83,000 hours. That's kind of crazy. but we don't let all, we gave out prizes to most of these projects, but we have like an internal database of like great projects that we go off. And we didn't let all of those in. So we determined that like about a third of them, we reviewed every single one. When I say we, I mean Max. Max reviewed every single one. And determined that like, yeah, 3,000 were high quality, which is still crazy. Like, I'm kind of in shock. Next thing is like a weird, like numbers thing, but we did like 2 surveys after all our events, and we found that like somehow 9, like, I don't know, you can just read that, but 77% of the people gave like the event a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, which is like unheard of. Like this never happens. Yeah, something with MPS, which is yeah. And oh wait, this is a channel. This is the final slide. This is a channel called Treasure Code in Nora built. And it kind of shows off like things that people built, like things that people got from building projects. And they would, there's some stories of people like, one guy got a Dremel, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna make a Christmas ornament. And then the next day you saw him make like a whole set of Christmas ornaments. Or like somebody got like a Raspberry Pi, and you were like, yeah, my website now runs on this. Or they got solar around, and like, yeah, I've sold my entire PCB now. And it's just crazy, I don't know, to me, that we like built this thing in such a short amount of time that got like this many amazing things come out of it. That we didn't know, like we didn't know what was gonna happen at the start of this man. But yeah, that was how it seems. It kind of went well, I think, I hope. And for those of you who participated, I hope you didn't find it too infuriating. Yeah. This QR code, don't feel compelled to scan it or anything, but if you put your email in, you can come and find me and you can take as many stickers as you want from me. Yeah, I came out stickers, I HackClub stickers, a whole bag, like over my shoulder. Like a swag bag. Yeah, there we go. That was, I think, kind of weird. Okay,
awesome. Well, round of applause for Ben's dog, please.
Like rattling off things that happen. Yeah.
No, I think, I'm very grateful for Ben's talk. I will say, not to be accentist considering my own accent, but I was like, the British accent was making it a little hard to pass.
Oh,
but
okay.
No, I guess, sort of we'll like save a few minutes for questions, and then obviously, we'll be around for a bit more.
Yeah, I'll be here all day.
Yeah, he'll be here hanging out. If you guys want to ask him questions, he has a lot of thoughts. Yeah, he'll also be here tomorrow to hang out. Shout out HackClub for supporting us with the hackathon. Yay, shout out HackClub. But anyway, I guess a question that I had was like, this is really cool and it's very intense, but like, how can like students, like Blueprint students, sort of get involved with HackClub as well? Like, are they allowed to build a project like this? Like, can they go to HackClub? Like, how do they contact you guys?
Yeah, if you're a high schooler, like under 18 or like 18, we'll just go to hackathon.com/Slack. We have like a Slack with like 50,000 people in it. You can just join and like kind of like it's very chill. Like if you want to run something like ICs, you can like you don't have to ask permission from anyone. You can just run the event and people will participate. And if we like we very often like see things that are cool and like, yeah, we'll support this when we'll like turn it into an event. And that's how like so many hackathons started. And like Palo Alto, the precursor to Arcade, was just like as a hacker with the manager, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna build this. And we're like, that's awesome. And we turned it into like an actual chat. Yeah, so anyone can basically run anything they want.
That's really cool. Yeah.
How do you like how would you like start like a hack club at your own school?
Yeah, HackClub started not through events like these, but through giving teenagers resources to start coding clubs in their high schools called HackClubs. And we still support that. There's a great guy called Jared on the team who's like the head of the club. And if you go to hackclub.com/clubs, you can sign up and start one in your high school. And we'll give you free pizza if you're club meetings, I think. So I think we still give you kind of.
It's like a slightly different program now.
Yeah, because it's fraud, believe it or not. But
so much fraud.
So much fraud. But yeah, you can just start doing something and we'll give you a lot of stuff.
Question?
I just wanted to share that I think HackClub has some of the best kind of fun that I've ever done. Like I did ICs.
Fun. No way. You are.
Oh my gosh.
Fine. That's so cool. That makes me so happy. Yeah.
Bro, I could have done it.
Should have done this, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. Fine. That's so cool. I didn't pay them to say that. They said that on their own volition in front of me. Yeah, that's so cool. It's crazy. I mean, go to hackathons, like, you can just like random places. Like we walk around MIT, like on a random weekend, and so, like I'll meet people who just like know about HackClub. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned that you didn't go to college. How did you get so good at coding?
I did lots of projects. I tried, okay, it's actually during lockdown. So wait, so I'm only 20, right? I was like started from scratch as one does, and yeah, like kind of program like in school, whatever. And during lockdown, I was like, school like sucks. I think not a controversial statement. I didn't want to do this, so I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm going to sit for 12 hours there in my laptop and learn Unity. And I learned Unity for literally like a year and a half, every day for like 14 hours, every lockdown. And I just did that, and I fell in love with it. And I think especially with this game that is like very visual, it like combines a lot of mediums. Yeah, you can kind of do more with it. But yeah, just like these things that interest me. And I never shipped anything. That's the thing, like that whole year, I never shipped a game. I never like nobody played any of the stuff I made. I just made little demos. And all these little demos made 4 different things. Yeah, I think I would have learned more about it. But yeah, I wish I would. Yeah.
On the application, I accidentally pressed like remove leader. Now I can't like access like the page anymore. So
Well, yeah.
Gotta build it, gotta
Yeah.
rebuild it.
I'll figure it out. Yeah. So,
Why Pisces like broke in the last part, like it was insanity.
do you do high Cs?
Yeah, I did. It was crazy, and my poor potato computer could not. It was dismantled around, but it was so cool to hear about like Airtable and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know boring.
Has anyone like it in the future?
I was added to a channel yesterday, and Chris, Zach, and Max for the next big thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, that will be. Because we like something, because we're creating all the stick with this format, because so many people do projects. And it's kind of out of all the projects that have ever been shipped in UShip, half of them were in high C. Like that. So it high C doubles, yeah, every 3 months. It's great. Yeah. So,
Awesome. Well, I guess we can wrap up now. Another round of applause for. So I don't know if Annabelle, you also wanted to like float around.
I'm good right now.
I'm dead. Okay, so Annabelle and Ben will probably be floating around. They are both part of HackClub. Like you guys can definitely talk to them. They'll have a booth at the org fair, I think. Yeah, you guys can sit up at the org fair and you guys can go and ask them more direct questions as well. What? Yeah, they've got lots of stickers. They also have lots of lore, I'm sure. It'll be very fun. You know, it's going to be great. So now it's basically lunchtime. You guys can go out and there's like going to be a line for sandwiches. And then we'll see you back here, Dom Witt. Oh yes, go to org fair and then we'll see you back here for workshop later at 2 p.m. See you later.